guys don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white.
Hi, and welcome to Breakfast and BS with Vince and Friends. I am your host, Vince, and with me today is Mr. One Pancake, Johnny Lowe.
Heyo.
And of course, producer Virgil. We are here at Senafontes in beautiful La Mesa, California, Jewel of the Hills. I really do truly love that name. I just think it's like one of the best things you've told me.
Look it up.
I believe you. I love La Mesa. Anyways, we got one heck of a show for you, and of course, we're just going to riff it off the top of our heads with subjects that I thought of during the day. Because, we're prepared.
That's what we're known for here. We prepare for everything.
All right.
Preparation.
First and foremost, I want to get something off my chest that's been bothering me for a good, very long while. I think if you know me, you might have heard it once or twice. But then again, I got all the same stories and angers, so you might have heard it more than once or twice. So, people that make multiple deposits at drive-through ATMs. Oh my freaking god, I want to flatten your tires and bust out all your freaking windows. So much. So much. And I'm okay with I gotta pull out cash real quick, I gotta make one quick deposit. But no, I'm talking about people that basically waste the roll of freaking because they just make so many damn deposits. If you're making if you're making like 3 or more deposits, get out your goddamn car and freaking go inside or use one of the outside ATMs. You're holding me up. I don't go through the drive-through ATM because it's the most convenient. It's because I want to go somewhere. I'm trying to do something. I'm not like, I'm here to waste my time. No, if you're going to make multiple deposits, freaking use the thing. Get out of your goddamn car. I don't care. You're killing me. You're taking years off my life because not only are you killing my gas, you're holding me up, and my anger is shortening my life by at least 10 years. And I don't have that much longer to go. I'm probably gonna make it to 43 now. I'm at this point.
Oh, now?
Now.
What was it before?
I was hoping to be like 72.
Oh wow, 33 years off your life because of
Yeah, no, it happens a lot.
Okay. Right.
It happens a lot. Just for some reason, oh my god, really. Common courtesy for other people. Yeah. That's all I'm saying here. If there's a car behind you, you go, oh shit, gotta hurry, not just, let me go about my day, yada yada yada.
Yeah. I feel like there should be like some weird hologram or something that appears above someone's head, like this person takes long. You know how they have the student driver sticker?
Yeah.
Add something like that to someone else's
I'm just saying
aura or something. I don't know.
Needs to be a timed cutoff for drive-through ATMs.
Yes.
Or not even have deposits as an option, or multiple deposits as an option. You're allowed one. You're asked anything else, but that's not going to be an option on the thing. If you need a withdrawal or whatever, fine. But it's for the sake of convenience and courtesy to other people behind you, not freaking.
Right. You're doing basically all your banking at the ATM drive-through.
Yeah, no. I mean, am I a jerk for that? I think not.
And it's not even just drive-through ATMs; it's the walk-up ATMs too. I was stuck behind somebody doing that yesterday. So, I think there definitely needs to be a point where, hey, if you have 2 or more deposits, you should probably consider going inside and letting the rest of us do our quick banking.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, and I understand if, you have a job during the day and you can't get to the bank. Set a timer on the ATM or something. So when, let's say, the bank closes at 6 and you're there at 6:15 or 6:30, okay, it'll allow you to do multiple deposits after that time. But during the day, during business hours, get your ass inside the bank.
And you know what? Most banks, to my knowledge now, have mobile apps where you can actually just deposit your checks through the mobile app. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. Every time I get a check now, I just take a picture of it on my phone The mobile app takes it and it deposits. I guess.
I'm not that tech savvy.
Yeah, I'm a little old school. I like having the actual, paper in my hand going into the machine, knowing that it went to the machine because, how do we know when we press send, it actually goes out to some laundering company somewhere else. I don't know. Anyway, that's just me and my skepticism of the internet.
It's
sometimes.
okay.
I know.
They're there.
But I do direct deposit, so I'm not that, I'm not that archaic.
Okay, so, right now I have a lot of free time on my hands, so I've been kind of burning through Netflix. And I got reacquainted with an old friend on Netflix. I'm talking about the movie The Phantom.
Billy Zane?
Starring the great Billy Zane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, the great Billy Zane. Anyway, but no, it really made me realize, I loved, the early 90s superhero, 1940s movies. Something about them, I think The Rocketeer is the best one. I think The Phantom is a good second, followed by The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
Who knows?
Oh, that was not the other one. Then.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of Darkman. That's what I'm thinking.
Darkman, that's Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Liam Neeson, directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
But no, just something about them. They had a certain charm, and I'm looking they have painted backgrounds and all this other stuff. The 3D technology, and what we're so used to today was more of a novelty. Not. And I'm just man, I really miss that kind of style, and then just something about the 40s era that I truly enjoyed looking at through that kind of film lens. Something pulp and classic about it.
Yeah. It definitely was a time when you could still be inventive about everything, but the style was very classy. Yeah.
Man, I want to watch The Rocketeer now.
Oh, Rocketeer has the most beautiful woman in that time, Jennifer Connelly.
Oh,
She's
still very beautiful.
Oh man.
Wait. So was the Rocketeer helmet? Was it just all metal, or did he actually have padding inside?
I think details.
I don't know.
We don't
know
ever
details.
Yeah, we don't actually.
I would assume
get to see
it would
the camera
have
go
padding.
inside the helmet. Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like it would be something that's very uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
It's just this large chunk of steel just on your head. It's got to be heavy as all hell. It must be hard to breathe. And if there's not any padding inside of it, it must hurt like hell if you
No, I would have to assume that there's padding in it. Otherwise, you're wearing freaking 10 pounds of just metal with G-force going across your head. No.
Oh man, if it goes straight down too, it would be terrible.
Oh, it'd be
digging
horrible.
Your collarbone. I guess we're digressing.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, you're always a stickler for details. Versus how's that comfortable, Rocketeer?
I mean, hey, yeah, maybe the Rocketeer should take some notes, okay?
Maybe he's just got a buff neck and then just holds it up.
Maybe the helmet helps
by
him
his-
create a buff neck.
By his the greatest generations.
Maybe they should bring me in for some consulting on the next Rocketeer movie. Okay.
If there ever will be. God, I hope they don't remake The Rocketeer.
No.
I know it's wishful thinking, but because I know at some point they're going to get
Well,
to.
it is. They already have a modern Rocketeer. It's Iron Man.
Good point.
So, okay.
God, don't remake The Rocketeer.
Yeah, that's perfection.
The Shadow's freaking sci-fi series was horrible. Or not The Shadow, the Phantom sci-fi series was horrible. There was something timeless and classic about the 40s era heroes that I truly do enjoy. Especially
Actually,
in
Superman.
the 90s movies.
Superman is considered 40s. And what about Batman?
Batman. Well, no, but those guys have evolved with time, but you don't really see the Phantom in a now setting. You don't see the Shadow in a now setting.
Wait. So are the Phantom? So I don't know too much about the Phantom or the Shadow beyond. Hey, I remember these were movies that came out when I was a kid. Are they actual DC characters? Or?
No, they're indie.
Just
They're
indie.
independent characters. Some actually consider the Phantom the first hero.
Huh.
He actually came out. Yeah, he came out before Superman, and he came out before Batman. But Superman is considered the first superhero because he has powers. The Phantom does not.
He was just a mass vigilante.
Yeah. Yeah, but at first to have the spandex suit with the underwear outside. Taking inspiration from modern strongmen.
Yeah.
I wonder what in modern. Do they make modern comics of the Phantom? Or?
Yes, they do. It's actually very popular still worldwide.
Really?
It's considered one of the most popular comics that does not belong to DC or Marvel.
Wow. I didn't know.
Wow, you're such a warehouse of knowledge.
Well, I actually like to credit that to Midnight's Edge on YouTube. Look them up; they're great. You know, they follow movies and all that stuff. They've actually been lulling me to bed because I rewatch their critiques for the new Ghostbusters movies, and the disaster that was Fantastic Four, the last one.
Yeah, well, they were all good disasters, really. But
No, but like with the
last
whole,
one was
with the director meltdown, the studio interference, all of that, everything. Oh no, look up Midnight's Edge. It's a well of knowledge. You know.
I had a comic book question, Roddy, since you mentioned Fantastic Four, but I'm afraid that it's going to detract the show into like a large.
Well, I think we're already kind of getting into a comic book show. I mean, we're already halfway in.
And actually,
Okay.
I have more stuff to add on.
So I guess it's a comic super show today.
Yeah, fine,
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
check it out. You know, we all know X-Men Apocalypse is coming out soon.
Yep.
And I was, scrolling through Facebook, and you know how it's all ads and did you know this about your whatever, So I found one of those posts, and it was about Cyclops. And hey, you know what? I like Cyclops. I think for me, he is the embodiment of what the X-Men should be, that ideal X-Man, if you will. So I was reading this thing. It's like 10 things you didn't know about Cyclops. I found out some interesting things. I didn't know his dad was a space pirate.
Yep.
Cyclops?
Cyclops?
Corsair.
Yeah, Corsair.
Yeah, Corsair.
Yeah. If you watch the X-Men 90s cartoon, they even got into that.
I did not remember.
Yeah.
And then, so the thing that tripped me out is I did not know that Doctor Doom killed him.
That I don't remember.
He killed Corsair, or he killed
No,
Cyclops?
he killed Cyclops.
Oh.
Apparently, Cyclops is dead in the Marvel Universe right now. At least according to that thing that I read. And also that Doctor Doom became a god
Yeah,
and killed Thanos.
something like that.
So,
You know,
Is that current?
as far as I
storyline?
know, yeah. I mean, I don't really follow Marvel that much, but... So I thought I would ask Kay, our comic book guru here. Maybe he could tell me, like, what the hell went down where Cyclops got his neck snapped.
I'm actually not too sure on that, just because Marvel's just so convoluted with different things right now, and I'm just like, I'm out, because right now, like, their whole thing is like their Marvel Now, where it's basically changing every superhero they got into a minority character, and I'm over it, you know, and I hate this term, and I'm gonna use it as a minority because I am one. I have olive skin. You know, I don't need a superhero to represent me at all times. You know, like Falcon became Captain America, and now they got a Latin Falcon
What?
who has wings. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't need that. I thought Falcon was a great standalone character on his own. He didn't need to become Captain America because he was never his sidekick. He was always his partner. He had a hero in Young Justice. I don't know if he's still around or not. The Patriot, who was the grandson of the Black Captain America from the '60s or whatever, when they were trying to recreate the Super Soldier Serum. And I thought, okay, man, how come they didn't give this kid the promotion and have Falcon guide him in what being Captain America means? I thought that would have been a great choice. You know, I'm not one for changing a hero for minority's sake. I don't think it helps anybody, and I think it's just hiding under the guise of being a more modern and hip and all that. I don't like it. I think they've done great things, like with Miss Marvel and promoting her to Captain Marvel, and then you have this new young hero who happens to be of Muslim descent become Miss Marvel. I think that's a great story because, you know, you didn't just kill off Miss Marvel and create a new one or have something terrible happen to it. No, she moved past that character, and yes, she's Captain Marvel now.
So kind of like how Robin evolves into Nightwing.
Yes.
Yeah, he moves on from the character to somebody else.
Yeah,
Rises
takes up
and
the mantle.
Takes up the mantle.
You know,
okay.
I think that's great. I think sometimes you need a story where a hero falls to remind you how great of a character it was, and somebody else take up the mantle. I think that's fine, but I think that's happened way too much now in comics, where some tragic thing happens, and like, oh, but this young African American child who was like standing 3 feet away became inspired and not traumatized at all by this grisly death of a hero.
And I guess, this leads into something that you just talked about how superheroes are, anyway, usually wear full bodysuits. Not all of them, obviously.
Obviously.
And then at that point, what does the racial ethnicity matter? Because, like you said, and I'll let you say it since it was quite the speech.
No, that a hero is meant to inspire, despite of the color of the person. My favorite hero is Robin, Dick Grayson, Nightwing, who became Batman. But really, they work in the dead of night, usually in the dark. You don't know what the hell color Batman is for the most part. Unless you look at his chin. But usually he's moving too fast to see. You don't know what color Spider-Man is unless it's one of those big battle ones where he's always seemed to be torn up to basically just his mask and half his suit.
True.
What if Batman grows a beard over the chin?
There you go. Well, I mean,
Chris Nolan and Dark Knight Rises had the beard.
It's true, but look, as you could have a blonde beard or a black beard, whatever.
Yeah. Or that's what Thor did when he freaking donned the full body armor. He had the big blonde beard.
Yeah.
Poking out. No, but again, heroes are meant to inspire, and you don't help anybody by just going, okay, this guy, we're gonna kill this guy off and put this guy in. And congratulations, he's gonna be freaking Captain Mexican American.
I sent you that picture.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, a lot of it is pandering to, certain demographics, I would say, because, I think what it is that there's a lot of people who, I think they do feel guilty that, the dominating, ethnic group of most superheroes is Caucasian or something like that. I think it's they're just like, we'll make everyone happy by doing it. And it's not, and I don't, that's putting band-aids on a giant wound. You can't.
No, but if you go to a convention, you see a lot of people of colors dressed as their favorite heroes.
Yeah.
Regardless, because they've inspired them, they've moved them, they want to be them.
Yeah.
The hero has done the job. It inspires the people, regardless of their color. I mean, you can go out there, you could see a black Superman or a freaking Indian Captain America or whatever. You see it.
Right.
And you see people put their own takes on it. It's not just the person's suit. No, they put like elements of themselves into it, and that's what I love about being a hero.
Right.
That's cool.
and I get it.
Like when the 90s got extreme or whatever, and and they started changing up characters a lot more. One of my favorite heroes came out of that era, and that was the Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner. That is my Green Lantern. I get applause from Johnny Love. But, Hal Jordan did not die at that point. He became a villain, which I was okay with, because it was a different take on a character. And honestly, I've always thought Hal Jordan was kind of stale.
Well, he transformed.
Yeah.
So that's more character development.
Yeah.
On existing character, and then a new character.
Yeah.
He gives them the rub.
But then the little known fact is, Kyle Rayner is half Irish, half Mexican. But it was never played up, that fact. You don't see him like hanging down in the barrio freaking with a bandana over his head the whole goddamn time. Just and using terms like orale. He was just always treated as a person. And I've never felt like his minority was played as as that, and that's what I've always appreciated and loved about the character too.
Oh, just you wait. He'll come back and he'll be with a bandana.
No, not with DC in charge right now.
Yeah, there's a couple like issues where he looks a lot whiter too, than in previous iterations. But I don't know, man. I love Kyle, and
I don't like the way DC's handled him since the 52. Well, since the rebirth of Hal Jordan.
I mean, isn't he considered like one of the most powerful characters now? But
he always gets his ass whooped. Yes.
Yeah, like everybody, and then Hal Jordan makes the save. Really, what is this?
Well, I think that's just Dan DiDio fucking putting his childhood over what was.
So since Kyle wields all 7 of the the Spectrums now, right?
Yeah, he's the owner of the White Power ring.
Okay. How many other lanterns at this point have now dipped into multiple rings? I mean, it seems like a lot of them have.
Hal
done-
has, Guy
Guy
has, John has. And that's really mainly just the Earth Lanterns.
Huh. I mean, Soranik, right? Isn't she yellow now?
She's a yellow now, but she's not wielding two different rings.
Okay, yeah.
Both, wheeled both ways. Okay. I actually have something probably more of a more in the back end of comics. So I actually having this conversation with Vince last night. So when I was doing comics kind of full time, and I got to meet a lot of cool artists back in the day, and so I just purchased a book on John Byrne, and John Byrne was really big, maybe in about the Christopher Reeve days, but he started out with I think he actually started out doing Iron Man, and then Fantastic Four, and then did Uncanny X-Men, and that's when you had the yellow, not the yellow, but kind of the orangish brown Wolverine costume.
I love that
I
one.
love that one. Yeah. And so, and that's when freaking the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, he walked in with a shirt that says "I'm a Byrne guy." Mm-hmm. And it had the Wolverine costume. Anyway, John Byrne's probably one of my top 3 favorite artists. And then there's a coworker I work with. He actually worked for DC back in the '90s when Death of Superman, all of the Image people were coming out and stuff like that. And I said, I was all excited, like, hey, I got this book on John Byrne. Like, oh yeah, I know John Byrne, but and I said, yeah, he's like one of the guys I really look up to. And he goes, yeah, I like his stuff. And then until after Wonder Woman, and I was like, what happened to Wonder Woman? And so I was actually doing all this research, and there's a lot of weird things, like he was taking existing characters that are super popular with fans, and he like put them in the background or give them really weaker personas, and Wonder Woman was not really Wonder Woman because she seemed to be getting captured a lot, and so I'm sorry. And so I think at that point I'm like, and I think all great artists at some point, when everyone's like, they have their fans and everything, they start to become jerks. It's really weird. And another artist that is looked up like highly is Neal Adams. And Neal Adams,
Yes, I like Neal Adams.
Yeah, Neal Adams,
His work.
He revolutionized comics. And so I think it was Brave and the Bold. And the thing is, I actually one of the artists that I worked for him at Continuity, and when we met him, and he was a jerk, and actually in this book that I was reading talked about Neal Adams being a dick, and it was just like, at some point when you're getting famous and stuff like that, always be humble. It's just like, you wouldn't be who you are because of your fans. I mean, your art could be great and everything. I mean, there are some people who are just really good at what they are, but they're just dicks. Like fighters, artists, athletes. It's just, it happens, but it just kind of loses the mysticism in the art. I appreciate your artwork and stuff, but man, I don't like you as a person. So anyway, so when Neal Adams had made my friend cry, and because she came, because we were at Comic-Con, we had a booth, and then she went over there to check in with them, and then I think he said something really harsh to her.
Back when you can actually still get a booth at Comic-Con?
Yeah, and then she came back like she was crying, and Neal said this, and I was gonna walk over there and beat on Neal Adams, and I was like a young kid. I think I was like 22, 23. No, I was 21. I was gonna beat up Neal Adams.
Wow.
So yeah, that would have probably gone down in comic history.
Virgil would have killed him 7 ways before he hit the ground.
Or at least punched his nuts like 15 times.
Johnny Cage style.
Yeah. I got defensive younger brother on it.
Anyway,
So, it's about that time. So, in short, don't be a dick. Don't make multiple deposits at an ATM. Let a hero inspire you. You don't need to, everything does not need to be a reflection of who and what you are. Put yourself into them. Let them inspire you. Let them bring you to that.
also, can I interject and just say, hey, DC, do something with Kyle for Christ's sakes.
Yes, please, for the love of God, worthy.
Please, he's the
Of his-
torchbearer.
Yeah, and be nice to fellow artists. Otherwise, Virgil's gonna spinning kick, not punch you.
Yeah,
That's right. Kick you and punch you in the nuts at the same time.
he can do it. I've seen him.
It's only one required.
He's gonna do the gut and eye move. All right, so follow producer Virgil and his band Still Ill San Diego's Tribute to Smith and Morrissey at stillill.net. You can find them on Facebook and on Instagram.
And Instagram is still ill. Smith's Moz Tribute. There you go.
And
It's a lot of name.
follow Johnny Lowe on Facebook at Delicious Low Shizzle. Thank you, name generator. And
Instagram at JonathanLowe619. And if you want, you can also follow my my website, silentlyplottingmyescape.com.
I love that. I love that.
I was surprised the name wasn't taken.
I know, right? That's a great name.
Silentlyplottingmyescape.com is a website dedicated to my escaping my 9 to 5. And it's also on Google Plus by the same name.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Maldacito1904. Thanks for stopping by. I'll get the check.